What up, people? What up? Queenitas here. Once and again, I said I was going to do this a lot, so here I am. Happy, 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 happy Wednesday, wherever you are. And whatever it is that you're doing, I hope that you're really kicking it, rocking it, trying your best to be your best. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a whole bunch of tiny little decisions that are geared towards that. Like 75% of your actions should be geared towards that higher, new, better version of yourself. Like if that's what you're about, if you're about your growth and your evolution as a human being, as a spiritual being, then you should be spending 75% of your time trying, doing little habit changes, efforts to get closer and closer to where you want to be, to who you want to become. And I call that closing the gap. Like, in order, this is you right now, my thumb, and this is where you want to be, my index. In order to get here, you can't just jump because you will fall. You hadn't closed the gap enough to be able to land on the other side. So what do? You do small decisions every single day. And like, okay, I want to be a healthier person. So how am I going to start? Okay, I'm going to start small. I'm going to start by cutting out all of carbs in my life when it comes to diet, to Cokes. Okay, so I'm going to replace them for Diet Cokes. Okay, that's one small change right there. And then one healthy change, one small healthy change will trigger another small healthy change. And then before you know it, all of these small healthy changes that you have been doing pile up, they snowball. And then you're like, one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I am really that kind of person. Like, I'm not going to mistreat my body by feeding it crap. I'm going to try. Yeah, maybe I can do it here and there. We're humans and we love sugar, and yes, and it's okay. We don't have to be so rigid. But overall, 75% of your food should be healthy. If you want to be healthy, like, I don't understand why it's so hard to understand, excuse the redundancy. Oh, and it matches. Look at that. Oh my God, universe, I love you. Look at that. It's my sparkling water, and it happens to be orange. I didn't plan this, okay, at all. They snowball, and then before you know it, you're like, oh wow, I'm a real true ninja, right? Like, I said what I said I would do. I followed through. I built a solid foundation. I am way better at self-discipline. I say what I do and I do what I say, and I mean every single word that comes out of my mouth. My word is impeccable. I'm a good person. I'm kind. I mean well. I get happy when other people achieve something or are doing something special and amazing. Like, it makes my heart cry every time I see someone just being genuinely happy. Or even like when they're sad, I feel their pain. It's just the whole point of me preaching right here, right now, is that self-love is the only way out. Okay, in order to get to self-love, you have to build. It's a big path. You can't just be like, oh, one day I love myself. No, because that's why for so many years, I mean, at least me, I heard that word so many times, and I heard that people saying, you gotta love yourself first. And I didn't register in my mind. I didn't know what it really meant. I even remember thinking that it was such a selfish thing to say, like, love me before I love you. Like, how selfish. But dude, it's really true. Like you have to love yourself in order to genuinely love someone else. Otherwise, you're just loving people so they can love you back, and that's not genuine. That's because you don't love yourself. It's like you will love anybody that will just give you attention and that will just validate you and be there for you and support you, even if they're toxic. Like, for so long, I had so many toxic friends because I was toxic. So I attracted that energy and I stayed in it. And I remember my mom one day telling me, like, you really need to get new friends. And my immediate reaction was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, who's going to be there when I'm going through stuff? Who's going to be there when you're not here? Because, you know, my mom doesn't live here. So she would just come for vacations and she would like notice that my friends were kind of toxic. But hey, what do you expect when you're toxic yourself? You know, like, we can't sit there and complain about the people that we have around us, about our circumstances, and not look at ourselves like we are the point of attraction of our own reality. Everything around you reflects how you feel inside. Like right now, pause this video and look around. Look at your surroundings. Is it neat? Is it disorganized? Is it dirty? I mean, just, you don't have to be rich to have a nice environment. You just have to respect your spaces. If you respect yourself, then you respect your spaces. You're not going to live in filth. You're not going to just sit there and have everything dirty and nasty, disorganized. If you do, it's because you're going through a hard time, and that's okay. That's okay, because I've been there, done that. I mean, never filthy or anything, but disorganized, like dusty, you know? Like, because when you're heartbroken and when you're depressed, the last thing that you want to do is get out of your bed. It really sucks to be heartbroken like that. Look at your surroundings. Is it neat? Is it disorganized? Is it dirty? You don't have to be rich to have a nice environment. You respect yourself, then you respect your spaces. You're not going to live in filth. You're not going to just sit there and have everything dirty and nasty, disorganized. If you do, it's because you're going through a hard time, and that's okay. That's okay, because I've been there, done that. I mean, never filthy or anything, but disorganized, like dusty, you know? Like, because when you're heartbroken and when you're depressed, the last thing that you want to do is get out of your bed. It really sucks to be heartbroken like that, in the way that you believe that your happiness truly relies on somebody else. Like you really feel like that person that you're heartbroken over, like that person is the only person that's going to make you feel that. And that is so not true. That's just because you were codependent to a relationship to feel loved, because you didn't love yourself. And I remember very clearly doing a lot of things that showed that I didn't love myself. Like, I will allow a lot of things. I will act in ways that were not cool. I would just dwell on the toxicity of like those type of relationships where you get together and you break up, and you get together and you break up, and years go by and you're still doing the same thing, and you just keep on fighting and trying to make this person change and to make this relationship work, because it has to be this relationship. And you get like almost like obsessed on making it work for some odd reason. I don't know if it's like the twin flame journey and that's why it's hell, or what it is, or karma. Karma. For me, I think it was karma, because I broke people's hearts before where it was my fault. But anyways, to make a long story short, dudes, you got to learn to love yourself in order to be cool. Just be cool. Be chill. Like, it sucks relying on another person to feel love. Like, you're always just like walking on eggshells. Like, is this person going to text me? Is this person going to call me? Is this person going to say that they love me? I need them to say that they love me every single time we hang up on the phone. Like, stuff like that. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. So I'm glad that we're here talking about it, because sometimes we don't have anybody to have an unbiased opinion about our relationships and what we're going through. You know, like when we tell our family and our best friends, they automatically hate this person. And then they say you're right in everything that you do and that they're wrong. And, you know, there's that bias right there. So it's really cool if we can just like get together here and like talk about stuff like this. I don't think that we talk feelings enough. I think that we suppress them and we ignore them and we try to run away from them, and we don't want to feel, and we look the other way, and then we wonder why we're so broken inside. Why does it feel so empty? And this goes for people on all types of the spectrum, on all places of the spectrums, like married people, single people, people that are madly in love, that after a while they're like, okay, well, the love, you know, the honeymoon stage is fading away. But at that age, we don't know that. We don't know that. So there's just a lot that goes into getting trapped in that toxic cycle of not loving yourself. So let's just be a little more aware and just really call yourself out when you see yourself doing like toxic stuff. Like, hey, do we really need to sit here and gossip about this person? Like, okay, we can say a comment. Oh, you see that? All right, yeah. But to sit there and spend your time and precious energy on downing somebody because obviously it makes you feel better about yourself, but not knowing that and just doing it, thinking that you're getting ahead of yourself because you are judging and downing somebody. You know, like we all have done that at certain times, you know, like with common enemies. You know, we sit there and talk about somebody that we don't like, or we talk about somebody that we do like, and we talk about it in a nice way. Or, you know, like you just have to be very careful with your own toxicity. Call it out, change it little by little, poco a poco, close that gap. And before you know it, you will be the best, most powerful version of yourself. I promise you that. Anyways, till next time.